The radio access network controversy has its roots in national security concerns involving Chinese vendors.
The broad trend towards open architectures with increasing virtualization will accelerate.
That was Pekka Lundmark, the president and CEO of Nokia, talking about open radio access networks, or open RANs. The term radio access network refers to cellular system base stations and software-defined networking. First, the U.S. government has declared the use of Huawei equipment by cellular carriers and 5G wireless communications networks to be a security risk and has barred its use. Second, $1 billion worth of Huawei equipment already has been installed. Third, installing Open RAN equipment is supposed to allow carriers to use competing manufacturers' technologies for lower prices. And fourth, taxpayers will pay for replacing the equipment under the Secure and Trusted Telecommunications Network Reimbursement Program. On November 23rd, the chairman, Frank Pallone, and the ranking member, Greg Walden, of the U.S. House of Representatives Committee on Energy and Commerce, sent FCC Chairman Ajit Pai a letter urging him to assist companies financially. The companies mostly are small communications providers, rural cellular carriers, eligible for reimbursement for the cost of removing and replacing suspect network equipment. The chairman said that traditionally, wireless networks rely on a closed network architecture in which a single vendor supplies many or all of the components between network base stations and the core. He said open RANs can fundamentally disrupt this marketplace, leading to an exponential growth in the number and diversity of suppliers, more cost-effective solutions, and places the keys to security in the hands of network operators, as opposed to a Chinese vendor. Commissioner Jessica Rosenworcel suggested launching an Open RAN testbed at the FCC to bring together operators, vendors, vertical interests, and government agencies. Commissioner Brendan Carr said that the FCC needs to accelerate the transition to Open RAN to smaller providers looking to use rip and replace dollars, have confidence that they have real choice, and Open RAN vendors have a real shot at competing for their business. Commissioner Geoffrey Starks said no carrier should be forced to adopt Open RAN. Nevertheless, he said, consideration of Open RAN would encourage global competition with Huawei, capitalize on U.S. software advantages, accelerate the development of Open RAN as a business model and use case, and allow alternative vendors to enter the market and offer specific network solutions. Commissioner Michael O'Reilly also said the process should be voluntary. He said Open RAN can reduce the threat to overall network security. A report written by Gabriel, the research director and an analyst at Rethink Technology Research, forecasts that Open RAN will be deployed at 65% of all cell sites by 2026, accelerating fastest with small cells. Her report says it will account for 58% of total RAN spending at $32 billion. Over at Dell'Oro Group, analyst and Vice President Stefan Pongratz suggests the total RAN spend will approach $70 to $80 billion for the combined 2020 and 2021 period. He said that although Dell'Oro Group correctly identified that the RAN market would appear disconnected from the underlying economy throughout this year, it underestimated the pace and magnitude of 5G rollouts, calling it an acceleration at a torrid pace. Here's how Pekka Lundmark sums things up.
Telco operators will continue to need to support massive capacity demands without commensurate cost increases. As a result, we expect CapEx to remain constrained as operators will look to drive a step change in cost effectiveness. Within their total spend, however, we believe there will be shifts that will benefit us over time. Second, the broad trend towards open architectures with increasing virtualization will accelerate. This will be driven by cost pressures as well as the need to increase speed and agility. Adoption will vary widely and the full transition is more than a decade away, but the shift to more open interfaces, virtualization and cloudification, network function disaggregation, AI-driven automation and optimization is well underway.
Huawei has every incentive to continue marketing proprietary radio access networking equipment wherever it can. For the United States and many other countries with security concerns, momentum increases in favor of Open RAN.